Hi, Sharon! I greeted them as soon as we entered their gate. Pinagbuksan pa talaga kami ng kasambahay nila kaya panay pasalamat itong kambal. Hindi ko maiwasang matawa. Hello? Oh my gosh! Hi, babies! Ang lalaking nyo na! She greeted back with full of excitement on her face. Nakipagbeso pa ito sa akin ng tuluyan na kaming magkalapit bago tuluyang yumuko para batiin ng mga anak ko. Hi, babies! Parang ang liliit nyo pa nung huli ko kayong nakita. She gently pinched their cheeks. Feli just waved at her with a big smile on her face. Hello po, Ate Sha. You're more beautiful din po. And, oh, can we see you, baby Jello po? Matt asked. Sinuway ko pa nga si Matt kaya natawa na lamang siya. Oo naman, baby Jello is still sleeping inside his room. She answered sweetly. Halina, tuloy muna kayo. I prepared some snacks inside. She added. Nga pala, where's Martin? Ikaw lang ba dito? I asked as we are heading inside their mansion. He's still at work pa eh. Mamayang 3:00 pa uwian niya. She answered. Napatango na lamang ako. Wow, I still can't believe they end up together and become more sweet as time goes by. Noon kasi during my first year as reporter, katrabaho ko siya and her husband kept on teasing her whenever we go out to eat. Away lang sila ng away, kaya makakasana all talaga ang relasyon nila. Imagine they started as enemies and ended up together. Nag-usap-usap lang kami sa loob. Ilang sandali rin ay ibinabana ng kanilang yaya ang panay-iyak na si Angelo, na anak ni Sharon. Tumahan lang ito at ganoon na lang ang paghagik-hik nang makita si Sharon. He was almost 1 year old. Sobrang bilis nga naman talaga ng panahon. And as expected, the kids played with him. Sobrang saya nga nila at nakakaladkad na itong si Jello. Kahit paminsan-minsang natutumba. He's so cute though. He resembles mostly his father's Martin. We even got to talk about her pregnancy. Dahil hindi na rin kami nagkita-kita after my last duty in the station. She told me how thankful she was to have Martin as her husband, who's willing to do everything just to sustain her needs for the very first day of her pregnancy until she finally gave birth. I envious. Though I and Lucas didn't experience that thing during my pregnancy. We stayed there for 4 hours until we finally decided to leave. 4:00 na ng hapon nang makaalis kami sa kanila at bumiyahe pa pauwi gamit ang kotse ko. Pero dahil gusto na naman ng kambal na mag-uwi kami ng fast food, dumaan na lang kami sa drive-thru. Yummy! I heard Matt shouted. Kumain na pala kayo ah? Akala ko ba dadalhin natin sa house? I chuckled also when I saw how Feli showed me a peace sign as I look at the rear view mirror. Sorry, Me, but meron pa naman kayo rito po. He replied. Natawa na lang ako. Alright. Imbes na kainin na lang namin yun para sana panghapunan. Ay, itong mga anak ko talaga. Saglit kaming natahimik sa kotse at nagpatunog na lamang ako ng radyo sa loob para naman hindi ako mabingi. Pero kalaunay nagulat na lang ako nang mapansin ko ang mabilis na pagkilos ni Matt papalapit sa bintana at tila'y mayroong sinilip. Look! Is that Daddy po? He asked amusedly. Otomatikong gumalaw ang mga mata ko patungo sa direksyong tinuro ng anak ko. At nagulat nang makita nga si Lucas na mukhang problemadong naglalakad papasok sa gusali ng kumpanya. I stared at him. He looked wasted. Galing dito ay naaaninag kong magulo nitong buhok at gusot nitong polo habang may dalang isang folder. Plano ko sanang kausapin siya kapag nakauwi na siya sa bahay. Pero parang mayroong nagtutulak sa akin lumabas ng pinto ng kotse at puntahan ito. Lakad-takbo ang ginawa ko para lamang maabutan ito. Kaya bago pa man ito tuluyang makatapak sa semento ng gusali, nahawakan ko ng braso nito at tinila siya paharap sa akin. He looked annoyed at first, but then after seeing me his expression changed. He looked shocked seeing me. Lucas, I almost whispered as I saw how helpless his face was. Althea, why are you here? He asked, but instead of answering his question, why are you like that? What? He asked. Lucas, why do you keep on hiding everything to me? I can see it clearly now. His face was obviously look complicated, yet he still keep on denying to me. May problema ka, Lucas, but you keep on denying it. I can clearly see it. Please. Nagsimula na namang mamasa ang mga mata ko. He didn't reply. He just stared at me as if he already surrendered. I dripped my gaze to his messy clothes and hair. Ang sakit sa dibdib na makita siyang ganito. I knew he's workaholic, pero hindi siya umaabot sa ganitong punto na napapabayaan niya na ang sarili niya. Tell me, please, I pleaded, but he just looked away, wiping something. Did he cry? Ayaw kong damayin ka sa problema kong ito. He paused. I know how hard he wanted to say a word, but then later on, narinig ko na lamang ang mahinang paghikbi nito. Natuluyan na nitong nabitawan ang hawak niyang folder. I immediately hugged him and let him cry on my shoulder. Mas lalo lang yatang bumigat ang loob ko gayong nakita ko siyang ganito. Paano pa kaya kapag nalaman kong totoong rason ng kanyang problema? Althea, the company is close to bankruptcy. I am close to failure. Natatakot ako. I did everything just to save it. But I still failed. Hindi ko na alam ang gagawin ko. He cried. I kept on caressing his back as my tears are continuously flowing out. Oh God, please, be with us. Bigyan niyo po kami ng lakas ng loob. Lalong-lalo na si Lucas. Pakiramdam ko'y pinunit-punit ang puso ko at tila ba'y konektado ang puso namin maski ako'y sobrang nasaktan. God, he worked hard for this. Ginawa niya ang lahat just to be successful. But what happened now? Oh God. You looks like you're not okay. We need to go home first, Lucas. Give time for yourself first. Magpahinga ka muna and after that, alam kong mas magiging maayos ang pag-iisip mo ng pwedeng solusyon. Come on. I said but he didn't answer me. Pero ilang saglit pa'y kumalas na lamang ito ng pagkakayakap sa akin habang punas-punas ang kanyang mga luha. Good thing we're here behind the building so people can't see us. No, mauna ka na. I still have to finish this all. I will do my best to finish everything within this day. And hopefully, I will get a chance to save everything from messing up. He said, combing his hair dramatically with his fingers. I held his other hand to at least give him comfort. I don't know what to say to Lucas in this kind of situation. But first of all, I do not have enough knowledge when it comes to business company. Okay, take care. I'll wait for you in the house. I said and was about to let go of him to leave when he pulled me back. Ihahatid na kita. I don't want you to travel alone without me. He worriedly said but I just gave him an assuring smile. I'm fine. I brought my car with me kasi kasama ko ang mga bata. I replied. What? You brought the kids with you? And you're driving your car here? He exclaimed. No, actually pumunta lang kami sandali kina Sharon dahil nagyaya siya. Kaso nagpumilit na naman ng mga batang bumili ng fast food kaya dumaan muna kami. I explained. He heaved aside and drifted his gaze away from me. And after seconds he signaled to go. Come, we're going home. I'll drive you home first, he said. Napaawang naman ang mga labi ko sa narinig. No, you don't need to. Kaya ko na. I'll just wait for you at home. Saad ko na lang. But to my surprise he shook his head. No, Althea, ihahatid ko kayo sa bahay. But Lucas, I can drive. I know, but I want to ensure your safety. You're driving with the kids alone. Hindi ako makakampante, Althea. He replied. Also you, I can't let you drive us home when you're still not in right condition, Lucas. I said. I won't let him also. Delikado sa lagay niyang magmaneho lalo na ngayon at mukhang marami pa itong iniisip. But instead of listening to me, he continued walking towards our car. And eventually he opened it and entered the driver's seat. Lucas, ako nasabi, you're not ensuring our safety. Mas nilalagay mo lang kami sa kapahamakan. I exclaimed. I just hope the kids will not hear us arguing. Lumabas ulit ito sa kotse para tingnan ako. Pasok ka na, ihahatid ko na kayo, no more bus, Althea. He said, and I was left with no choice but to follow what he wanted. I don't know but I felt something inside my chest. Sobrang kinakabahan ako. Maybe because of what I just discovered. I really can sense how he was feeling. And so I chose not to talk. Abala naman ang mga bata sa cellphone ko. Pagkatapos nilang kausapin ng ama nilang pumasok kanina sa kotse. We were silent all throughout the ride. Everything was going fine. He's controlled at alam niya ang ginagawa niya. Not until our encounter with that random motorist who suddenly approached us angrily. Saglit ko silang pinanood na nagtatalo, na maya-maya'y ikinainit naman ang ulo ni Lucas. Kaya roon na ako nagmamadaling lumabas at baka kung ano pang mangyaring kaguluhan. Knowing him, he is uncomfortable when he's boiling mad. Lucas, come on, uwi na tayo. I said as I held his hand and later on looked at the guy in front of us. Hello, sir. I apologize for whatever issues we might cause you. But we really need to go dahil may mga bata pa sa loob. Magalang kong ipinabatid sa lalaki at pinuksan na ang pinto para papasukin si Lucas. Umikot na kaagad ako sa kabila para makapasok na rin. Thankfully hindi na nagsalita pang lalaking yun at umalis na lang doon. I stared at Lucas who angrily turned on the engine. Napalunok ako nang makita ang higpit ng pagkakahawak nito sa manibela na animoy kaya niya iyong sirain. Lucas, I think it's better if we switch. Ako na ang magmamaneho, I said while gently holding his hand. But without looking at me, he shook his head. And eventually pinaandar niya na ang sasakyan. I almost flinched when he let the car run above its normal speed. I immediately looked at the kids and saw them peacefully sleeping. Oh God, this isn't good anymore. Lucas, stop the car first. You need to calm down. Mamaya ka na lang magpatuloy sa pagmamaneho, I said. Nervousness was already evident in my voice, for I am really scared about Lucas. I know him well. He becomes impulsive once he got mad, lalo na ngayon. Shit, he cursed in his low tone. Lucas, stop it. I'm begging you. Think about the kids. They're with us now. Calm down. No, I don't want this. Hindi ko na makilala ang Lucas na nasa harap ko ngayon. He suddenly transformed. He was as if he did not hear anything. As if he was not aware of us with him. Lucas! Hindi ko na mapigilang magtaas ng boses. Oh God, I regret going after him. I shouldn't have done that. Sobrang bilis ng tibok ng puso ko na animoy lalabas na ito sa aking dibdib. Ah! I flinched when he almost bumped into a car that was approaching us. Lucas! I scolded him. That time galit na ako. I wanted to slap him until he wakes up. But I'm afraid that I will just make the situation worsen. Shut up, alright? I know what I am doing. He finally spoke, but he looked so mad that I couldn't even do anything but cry. Napatingin na lamang ako sa mga bata. Lucas, please. I begged you for the last time. Pero pinagsisihan ko lamang ang ginawa kong yun. Dahil nang lingunin ako nito ay ganun na lamang ang bilis ng pangyayari. Huli kong namataan ang isang sasakyang nakasalubong namin. At isang malakas na pagbasag ng mga salamin. Pagkatapos niya inilamon na ako ng kadiliman. Lucas! I heard her flinch, but I can no longer control my anger. Naghalo ng parehong inis ko sa pagbibintang ng lalaking yon. At ang problema ko sa palugi ng kumpanya. Shut up, alright? I know what I am doing. I shouted. I'm so sorry, hon. Saad ng isip ko. I promised to apologize to her as soon as we got home. What I want now is to go home. I badly want to let go of all I've been carrying. Lahat ng bigat ng loob ko gusto kong ilabas. I tightly closed my eyes. Lucas, please! Pero tila ba'y hinimas ang puso ko nang marinig kong umiiyak na pagmamakaawa ni Althea na kailan may ayaw ko nang marinig pa ulit. Sa isang iglap ay naglaho lahat ng galit na nararamdaman ko at napalitan ng pagsisisi. Sa oras ding yun ay alam kong pagsisisihan ko rin na magiging resulta ng pagkakamali na nagawa ko na naman sa pamilya ko. Tila ba'y nasa isang panaginip lang ako. At ako mismong nakasaksi sa lahat ng pangyayaring yon. Kitang-kita ng dalawang mga mata kong kinahinatnan ng kamalian ko na kahit anong gusto kong maging galaw ay parang namamanhid ang katawan ko. Bigla na lamang akong nagising sa sumunod na pangyayari kung saan ay nahanap kong sarili kong nakahiga sa stretcher habang merong mga nurse na nagmamadaling tumatakbo. Gusto kong magsalita. Gusto kong tumayo at hanapin ang mag-ina ko. Pero kahit anong gawin ko, hindi ko talaga magawang igalaw ang katawan ko. Naanimi wala ng buhay ang katawan ko. Where are the children? I heard the man's voice. They're already inside the ER, Doc. A woman answered. Are they pertaining to my children? I cried in silence. I wanted to shout and run after them, but I can't do it. How about the mother? Althea. The ambulance is already on their way here, Doc. What? Bakit ang tagal? The ambulance, naputo lamang ang kanilang pag-uusap nang marinig nila ang pagsigaw ng isang lalaki na parang kasunod ko lang din. I heard the noise of approaching stretcher that I know. Althea's there. Narinig ko pang nagsalita ang doktor ngunit hindi ko na yun maintindihan dahil tuluyan na akong nilamon ng kadiliman. Althea, I promise not to hurt you again, nor our kids. I love you so much. I love you too, Lucas. Lucas, I'm sorry but I can't help but to overthink. Look, you already made this back then, and I was just scared that you might repeat it, and the kids will get involved this time. I kept on looking side by side as I tried to find that voices coming out from nowhere. It was me and Althea. I want to speak, I want to shout, but my body would not let me do it. I was just continuously walking, and I am not familiar with this place. Walang bahay, walang katao-tao. It was just a plain place that I don't even know exists. But as I took a step, the place slowly turned into a blur. Not until I found myself again in a different setting. But this time in this familiar place, napakaraming tao sa gilid ko. Habang ako'y nakatayo lamang sa harap ng altar, at parang hindi nila ako nakikita. Afterwards, I suddenly heard the song playing, and the opening of the door. Galing doon ay lumabas ang tilay anghel na naglalakad papasok. Doon ko lang namalayang nakatayo pa lang isang bultong naghihintay sa hindi kalayuan sa akin. It was me. That woman who's now walking was none other than Althea, my wife. That was our wedding day. That was the most memorable day of my life. Being announced finally as husband and wife, and changing Althea's surname into mine officially. I do, Father. I saw her answer with the tears on her eyes. I just kept on laughing while looking at her face, trying to throw some jokes on her. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. And that the whole church was covered with noise made by the people around us as I saw myself removing the veil covering Althea's beautiful face. And then we kissed. Pero pagkatapos ng pangyayaring yun ay bigla na namang nag-ibang lahat ng pangyayari. Nakita ko na lang ang sarili kong mag-isa sa kwarto. Umiiyak. Natutulog mag-isa habang yakap ang unan. Laging mainit ang ulo na kahit empleyado ko hindi ko na pinapalampas. It was just like a flashback of all the happenings. All the happiness and hardships that I and Althea both encountered as a married couple. Tila ba'y mas naiintindihan ko pang lahat higit sa akala ko'y naiintindihan ko na. Now I am repenting myself more than before. Ngayon ay laking gulat ko nang bigla na lang dumilim ang paligid ko. Kahit ano ay kinapa ko na ngunit wala talaga akong mahawakan. And so I started to walk in the never-ending darkness. Lucas, please! Lucas! Lucas, ang mga bata! Please think about the kids! Lucas! And then I heard a loud crash that made me cover both of my ears. Seconds after, an emergency siren followed. The shout of the people and the electronic vital sign monitor. I don't know what's happening around me. Ah! I shouted at the top of my lungs, for even how I do, I still can't see anything. Lucas! Not until I heard Althea's voice calling my name. Lucas! It was calm and sweet. That I believe she really is the one who's calling me. Althea! Hon, I replied. Lucas, she said again. Althea, I'm here. Where are you? I'm here too. And I can't see you. Everything is so dark, she said. But unlike mine, she sounded so calm, as if everything that's happening was just nothing to her. Althea, I want to see you. I'm so sorry, baby. Please. I cried out of the blue. After what I saw a while ago, I am now regretting all that happened. But Lucas, how? Hindi na tayo pwede pang magkita at magsama. I heard her reply that made me confused. What? I don't understand you. Lucas, you told and promised me not to do it again. But you failed. You just lost us, the kids. I don't know what she was talking about. But then I just found myself shaking my head in disbelief.